Hi there, my name's Malcolm Cook. Welcome to Growing Concerns. We're here today where Greenwich Mean Time hits the sea in Peacehaven, which is quite an interesting place and not far from where I live. Originally, the town was called Anzac, to celebrate the Normandy landings. But when people first came here, they didn't like that. They didn't like the military association to be the name of where they lived. They put it to the public vote and they decided to call this place Peacehaven. Welcome to Peacehaven. Going south and go through France and Spain and Ghana and Nigeria all the way to the South Pole. But closer to home, here on Peacehaven Beach, we're right in the middle of the new Marine Conservation Zone, which is part of the UNESCO's designated biosphere. And I think down on the beach, down here, we're going to talk to the Biosphere Project Officer, a guy called Rich Howarth. He's going to tell us a little bit more about it. So let's go see what he's doing. You all right, Rich?
Hey Malcolm, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Yeah, we just introduced the biosphere to people at the top.
Yep.
So we're here, right where GMT hits the sea. So this is right in the middle of the Marine Conservation Zone.
That's right, there's a new marine conservation zone called Beachy Head West that goes all the way, this bit anyway, between Newhaven Harbour and Brighton Marina. And that's a special area, it's less than a year old. It's about looking after the environment, recognising the brilliant things that we've got in the sea here, but also using it and enjoying it as well through fishing and through other forms of recreation, rock pooling and what have you. This new marine conservation zone is actually part of another new thing, which is the Brighton and Lewis Downs Biosphere, and that is my job to look after that.
So
that's what I do.
What is this then, Richard? The time for the big plug.
Yeah, we are now a World Biosphere Site. UNESCO, so the United Nations organisation, have recognised us as a special environment, a world-class environment here, one of just about 600 in the whole world.
Wow.
As of this summer, we've got this status, so they've seen what a good environment we've got, but they're also seeing how we're using it sustainably, how we're promoting its conservation, and they've looked at the plans that we have to make it even better in the future. And that's what the biosphere is about for the Brighton and Lewis Downs.
Yeah. Oh, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, it was a lot of work went into this, so it's a fantastic opportunity for this area, basically, to raise our profile, give us an international stage for the great environment that we've got here.
In the main biosphere of the world, UNESCO are kind of cherry picking nice places around to make sure they stay, because there's a lot of ecological degradation and devastation going on, which obviously needs to be remedied. Yeah. If they're going to save kind of like the world for our children and their children's children.
Yeah, I mean these special points, as I say, there's about 600 of them around the world. These are the international demonstration areas, so they've got really good environments. But more important than that, they're actually doing something to look after them and better to bring people and nature together. And that's what biospheres are all about. It's not just about looking after the natural environment in isolation. It's not a protected nature reserve. It's actually about what they call sustainable development. So living today like there is a future for our children, as you say. Yeah.
So this is almost like the way I kind of got the Marine Conservation Zone, like just kind of when I was thinking about it is you have a protected area, like which would be like a nursery area.
And that is a protected area here, yes.
Yeah. So because of that, that's a safe place for them. The same way as like fishes hide in reefs and wrecks and all that kind of thing, so they can breed and live and grow and obviously propagate.
Yeah, that's
so they become kind of like fertile areas which propagates out into the surrounding areas, and then there's all these dots, eventually they join up and raise the quality of the biodiversity in the biosphere a lot.
That's absolutely right. You need some of these safe havens, if you like, the nursery grounds for spawning fish, for juvenile fish, where the populations can build up, and then that spills out beyond the boundaries of the marine protected area, and everybody else benefits from commercial fishermen, for example, out in the wider sea, which is also part of our biosphere here.
Okay, it's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, no, there's some good stuff going on.
It's got a lot of weight and gravity on how things play out in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is the beginning of a process for us. We have this, if you like, this international award, this recognition, but this is the starting point, really. to use that to kickstart even more activity here, to bring people and nature together, to live more eco-friendly lives, and to look after the natural world as well. Those are the three things we're trying to do.
Yeah, and it makes so much sense. You know, because everything's connected.
Absolutely, yeah. In the biosphere, as we know, and that's some of what the astronauts saw from space, isn't it? When they jetted out, you know, or blasted out to the moon, looking back to Earth. That's
Apollo
what
8.
they saw, indeed.
Yeah. I think they showed that in the Overview Effect movie.
That's right.
Which is on the website.
Yeah.
It's on our website. Yeah, it was well worth a watch. And the We Are Planetary Collective. Yeah, they've got a mission on that. I don't know whether you've seen the film Planetary.
Yes, I have recently.
Yeah, I mean, which really does kind of really nail it.
Oh, it's fantastic to get that perspective, isn't it? Because, you know, we're here down on Earth, but to have that overview, as you say, that does put it into perspective that we are this one living planet, and we are one special bit of this living planet now, this area of Lewis Downs.
And it's good to see the kind of that there are like a lot of patches around the world where people realise that we are, you know, human beings are one species on the planet. And they're one of many species on the planet. And we don't want to be the only species all falling out with each other. We need to be getting on, because once you realise that we've only got one planet, we're using resources for 3 or 4 planets, and what are the grandchildren going to be doing?
Well, that's right.
You know, people are living these lifestyles, and they say they love their children, but are their actions meeting up with what they're saying? Really? Are they really protecting the future for the children and grandchildren, or no? It raises big questions.
Yeah, and to do that you have to realise that we are part of nature, and that's part of the issue, and that's what we want to do much more of here. We're not separate from it, we are absolutely dependent on it. Whether it's for our fresh air, for our drinking water, for the tourist economy, you know, to take a walk to improve our health. All of these things are essential to our well-being. So it's not something out there, it's not something completely separate. We are the environment.
We are the environment, So according to Royal Dutch Shell, which is like, as everyone knows, it's Shell Oil, they've got great kind of corporate strategists. They said that it goes to either one of 2 ways. There's one is blueprint, which I think people like yourselves just kind of do, which is basically have a plan.
Yeah.
You know, be methodical and think we can just kind of work our way out of this.
Yeah, better living in the future. That's what we're
forward,
about in the biosphere.
Forward thinking, good life, good living,
and
very much organic, integrated, you know, kind of way. Whereas the other way is more what they call scramble, where there is no plan. Whether we go for blueprint or scramble, by about 2070, when I think we'd probably both be centurions, as in about 100 years old, we reach the same kind of place where everyone has to live a more sustainable life. Most of the world's minerals have been extracted through intensive mining. The oil is pretty much has been spent, and there will be no option but to live this kind of lifestyle.
Because there's nothing left, and our hands being forced, rather than being more rational and strategic about it.
Adapt and survive or perish. So, but the difference between the two is that with the scramble, there's a lot more blood on the floor, and we're going to get to the same place anyway. So it just seems like people like yourself have obviously kind of got the right idea.
Obviously, nobody wants that. We have to act now in order to avoid that sort of Armageddon type scenario that you're talking about, and we have to live more sustainably from now. So there is a better future.
I mean, it's not like it's a new thing. It's something that's been around for for generations and generations.
It goes back millennia in some cultures, and in the West, at least to the 1960s, that sort of realisation with the Earth views from space and that kind of thing.
And before the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. Agrarian society, and you can go way back. You can go back to Mesolithic times for some of those sort of nature beliefs, if you like. And that sense of connection to the environment. Rather than being divorced from it.
And I think it's something that's actually in genetic memory. People are quite used to kind of doing that, going out and sitting around the campfire, the communal hearth, and all that kind of thing.
And those are some of the activities that we run actually, in order to have people connect with nature and what's on their doorstep.
And there you go. And that's what gets me is it's not. You don't have to make big changes as such. A lot of it's very simple. Just change a few things and make things go a bit more ecologically friendly, and get outdoors more and connect with nature,
that's part of it. Yeah,
you know, take a walk in the country.
Yeah,
you know.
That's a big part of it. Yeah, and our domestic lives as well. Just think about how we're living. You know, like you probably could walk to the shops rather than drive. If it's 100 yards, it'll be good for you. You'll get some fresh air. You know, you'll see some wildlife and meet your neighbours on the way, and
have
it's
a
just
chat.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of that little small talk during the day is actually what makes the day go nice.
That's society and in the bigger picture of the environment here. Yeah.
Be communal. The more communal you are, the stronger the community you have.
Yeah.
You know. So I think really the best thing to do now we're here is to take part in the environment, is go for a walk on the beach and perhaps wait till the tide goes out and do a bit of rock crawling.
Yeah, no, let's get our hands dirty. That'd be great.
Let's go and have a look.
Go for it.